So we are, okay, we're going to point to the same place we pointed yesterday, but clearly it's after yesterday. Okay, it's on page Gimel, on the paragraph begins on that page, approximately 10 lines from the top. The line begins with the word ubedugmah kosois. In his paragraph, the Rebbe begins to explain another principle. And that is that the kesser has the function and the effect of being a mamutza. And the principle of a mamutza a mamutza is that which, mamutza means the intermediary. The principle of an intermediary in this context is not merely that which enables and facilitates, but in fact that which makes the significance and the connection. Let me explain what I mean here. Again, taking extremely simple illustrations. If you travel from one place to another, from New York to Montreal, and there are roads that enable you to cover this distance, one could say, okay, these roads are the facilitators that enable you to go from this place to that place. But then, as you cover these distances and you get to your destination, it makes absolutely no difference how you got there. There isn't the effect. You got here to this road. Oh, wait a second. Then it has a completely different. The significance of that carries on with you at your destination. It doesn't. This is not the meaning of a mamutza. A means of getting there. Excuse me. Mamutza, the intermediary, is the one who connects. In effect, if we were going to use that in the example, we're saying that yes, indeed, you are not in Montreal, but you're also in New York. New York is the origin that shines its light upon the place where you reached, and that's and so being there is representative of that kesser. There is no such thing. Mamutza means exactly that. Mamutza means that you have the higher madrege, the Atzmus, the Etzem, as he says over here. And then there is the matil, and then the ne'atzolim. The ne'atzolim, are they totally devoid of the effect and the meaning of the matil, or are they just? I'm sorry. If they're totally devoid, they're just on their own, or are they actually representative of the matil, even though they're on that side? For this we had yesterday, the whole day, we spent to explain, to show how they're actually representative. Like we have the example of the home, and in the home there are these furnishings. It is extremely significant for the furnishings to be in this home. And the ultimate significant, the ultimate experience, effect of the furnishings is the home. The home is the kesser of this entire setup. These very same furnishings, like in a hotel, would not provide that sense, that kesser. It would provide comfort that the furnishings can provide. But in the home, it provides it carries a different significance. That kesser that goes on and embraces everything that develops thereafter, that is rooted, this is the initial rotzoin that conceptualizes this whole concept, that is rooted in the very essence of the neshama. Like we quote in Gemara, Odom shein l'bayis einay Odom. This represents the depths of a human being, of a human soul. And then afterwards it becomes the kesser for the revealed elements of that rotz. This is what memutza. Memutza means that it connects both sides, so that even after there's a full development, there is this sense, there is the principle of its original concept that enriches it and gives it its full meaning. We discussed it at great length yesterday with all kinds of mashonim. This is perfectly evident in human life. Like we say, if you have a cut in your finger, it's not enough that it heals so that there's not going to be an infection and your finger is in full function. That's not enough. This is like having the furnishings without the home. What needs to happen is that the scar and the cut is totally erased. There's a perfect healing. It's not even called healing. That healing is not called healing. Healing means that you are restoring, you're correcting a fault. This is not healing, because the fault is completely eradicated, eliminated. It's recreation. Recreation from scratch, from concept. Recreation from concept can only happen if you have the concept, the original rotzen, the original force that created it. This is the kesser. The kesser is the mamutza ben hamatzil and tzolim, between the source, the matzil, the creator, and the created. The created are by definition imperfect, because we mentioned because they consist of many different, many pieces, many details. If you have many details that have to coordinate, by definition it's imperfect. But then you have the kesser that embraces it all and gives it a sense of utter wholeness. Then that brings the sense of perfection to these details. This is the kesser. This is called a crown. Like we explained, what is a crown? A crown is beyond a garment, beyond even an ornament. It's symbolic of the reality. What? I'm sorry? Ateres Baila. And this is what the Rebbe says. The Rotzein ultimately serves as a kesser. After it's revealed, it goes as the kesser. And the kesser is the memutza that connects the two ends. That explains. In what we already learned, we're not going back just on review, that initially in the Etzem, excuse me, one has no shaykhs to anything external. He's completely in his own perfection, in his perfection of the nefesh. Then there is a rotzain. The rotzain is that which tells him, I want to go out, I want to create something, I want to express who I am. That's the rotzain. That makes a connection between the original nefesh, the original truth of the nefesh, to the area and to the aspect that he is trying to reveal. And he has a shaykhus to it. In other words, it's not just creating. Like I said, it isn't that. When you have a road between New York and Montreal, the road is connected New York. In other words, it has a shaykhus. Not that they are two separate entities and you just take the road to get there. The rotzin is connecting the two areas. And that's why he becomes a kesser. Ultimately serves as the illumination for the lower and further level.
Is it right to say that the connection is like it makes the two pieces one, in a sense?
No, they don't become one. This is the matzil and this is the netzel. If they become one, so then there's no netzel, nothing is accomplished. The aspect of the matzil is bestowed and illuminates the netzel. Tefillin is, as we say, is the crown of the Jewish people. What does it say about tefillin? Shem Hashem nikro lech. Shem Hashem, the Shem Hashem, Hashem's name is applied to you. But it's Hashem's name. You're not Hashem. But you have that crown. In your state of being in a state in the world and so forth, you are crowned with Shem Hashem. This is the result of the rotzain. Rotzain means a merutza. He goes out of himself. But what goes out? His rotzain. It's a representative of him. And then, as a result, that becomes the crown of the lower madrega. Again, to bring it home, a very simple thing: when the finger heals from a cut to a point of perfection, the finger has to be whole, perfect. Whose statement is that? The finger doesn't care. The finger is concerned that it doesn't hurt, and it's able to do his thing. The beauty and the perfection and it has nothing to do with the finger. It has to do with the original rotzeh, with the nefesh. That is the crown, so to speak, that extends from the nefesh onto the human being, so that all of his parts are crowned with the neshama quality.
What's in the mashal of the finger?
The finger is a physical entity, and the neshama is mislavish in the finger. The finger has certain functions and it's able to do it. But the neshama cannot do these functions. It's completely beyond that. And yet it's mislabishing. In what way is it mislabishing? Just gives it its functionality, or it gives it a neshama quality? You understand that? Functionality is enough as long as it can do it. The finger doesn't hurt, it's not going to get infected. It's fine. I can do anything I want. And the neshama quality is its perfection, its beauty. That's the mamutza.
The neshama quality is the mitzvah between the physical finger and the neshama itself.
Yes. It's representative of the neshama itself. It says, oh yeah, there is a neshama over here.
Here, perfection and beauty are very close, right? Previously we had the tree and the fruit and then the color. We had an issue. This beauty was in that case.
The same principle.
Okay.
The same principle. You pointed out. All right, so we are starting on the line begins with ubedugmah koseis. It's approximately 10 or 11 lines from the beginning of this paragraph.
So you're saying the fact that it's evidence that there's a mamutza from the fact that which is connected to the source is representative yet distinct from its source? It's both at the same time. If it was representative but not distinct, then nothing would have been accomplished. And if it was distinct but not actually representing its source, then it's just not. There's no real mamutza between the two of them.
I don't follow your words.
It's representative of the source to the extent, like with the finger, it represents an neshama aspect.
Yes.
But it's distinct. It's still a finger. We don't look at the finger.
That's right. And that's what's that's right.
And then that's what's evidencing here, that we have an actual mamutza mashenkin, and we have just two things which are connected and they're totally distinct, and we don't see that one is representative of the other. So then it's not
then
real.
It's nothing. You were you yesterday?
From the other side of the curtain.
So we discussed. We showed what happens if it becomes distinct. And it loses the whole crown element, and it loses its purpose, and it creates its own purposes. Ubedugmah koseis yuvan l'mayla kaviyachol. This is the moshiach, the rotzen, and the kesser. The mashal of the rotzen that subsequently serves as the crown for that which emanates from the rotzen. The similar thing here from l'mayla kaviyachol. From this we can understand the way things are l'mayla kaviyachol. In other words, not to transplant it directly, but to understand conceptually. Where before that there was a hisoirus harotzen, before that there was the arousal of will, the revealed will for worlds, that there should be a world. Then, from that vantage point, the oir in soif is bevchin as havdala lagamri min oilams, is in total separation beyond aloofness in total aloofness from world. It does not contain any kind of relationship to worlds. To put this in perspective, in terms of what we already discussed. AyinBase represent a full expression of a structure. The first expression of the structure is the 10 spheres, chochmah, bina, das, and so forth. Is a complete structure, one dependent on the other. In the world, that's a perfect thing. This structure gives the world a means to exist, a means to subsist, a means to accomplish. But when you come from Oir in Soif, this whole structure of presentation of world has absolutely no enticement. In the shaykhs. There's no significance whatsoever. Because it is in the level of Oirin Seif. I'd like to point to this in our motion. Okay, it's extremely subtle. I hope you can focus in on this. We say all the time, Odom Shem the Beis and the other. This level that the house makes him into an Odom, this is already the revealed part of the Odom. Like we say all the time, if you make a house for an animal, the animal does not become a human being. So this is already the revealed part of the human being. There's an essential, the essence of the human being that enables this whole revelation. From that vantage point, he has no interest in the house, in the furnishings, nothing. He's in the world of perfection, of a neshama perfection.
And when is he in that world? When is he in that world? When is that part?
That is the initial, the neshama itself. He's a neshama perfection. Vayipa be'apa v'nishmas chayim. This is Hashem in him. That ultimately becomes a source for all his koiches, chochmah, bina, das, and so forth. But on its own, this is beyond function.
So it would be koidem hisarutz.
The koidem hisarutz. I know you see you're perplexed. Like we pointed out yesterday, this man lying in the gutter is still a human being. In what sense is he a human being? He doesn't function like a human being. He can be a human being without any manifestation. Because of the neshama that he has. Because of the oil eliki, the kesser that the Rebbe provided him with. And this kesser, you stand in awe and respect, regardless of the fact that he is in the gutter. I'm going to say, this is a piece of garbage. I'm going to say anything like that. It's a human being.
But by the finger, we said that the kesser really only, the neshama perfection only shines when the finger is completely healed.
That's when the neshama shines. But that's what I said. I'm going to step further. In the essence has no shaykhs to shining anything, to revealing anything. This is what he's saying here. Oil and soif. He's beginning to have dollar gamen oil. This is totally remote from worlds. Worlds don't provide anything for oil and soif.
Don't usually say that.
Huh?
Usually say that the person, the human being, comes into the world is godly quality, the fact that he's given a godly mandate as he comes into the world.
No.
So that's already a Ratzon, no?
Yes, that's in the Ratzon. That's already in the revealed Ratzon. That's what he's here for. But in essence, this has to be revealed. But in essence, he's a human being. He's in a neshama, like we always point out, in a less dramatic setting. Once a person who is in a state of goises, which means the last breath, he does not have any human function, so to speak. And yet, his presence in the world is of paramount significance. And the halacha is if somebody touches him, which can, as we saw him, hasten his passing by 1 second, he's guilty of murder. Because of the essential in what a human being is. It's a functional element. Aren't you moving a little too fast? Let me just get to a point of view.
I'm just always make sure I understand. The person in the gutter before he's Eretz Ratzim, you say before he's actually been awakened to this idea that he's a human being and he doesn't belong on the gutter. This idea that he actually belongs in a house is totally concealed by himself, that there's no sense of it.
Yeah, there it is. There it is essentially a chisoron type, because he shouldn't be concealed.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he is higher.
It's not a mila.
It's not a mile. We're saying that nevertheless he's still a human being. Still have to have the full respect for human life. Because he still has that rotz and that crown.
I mean, is it a similar thing that before the finger is cut and there's a sense that there's the beauty and the perfection is lacking, that we say that there's no hisayrus or latzain, so therefore the godly quality is somewhat concealed in the finger?
Before the cut?
Before the cut, where there's no sense that the finger is, it's almost, we become numb to it, there's no sense that the finger is lacking in its perfection, which is representative of the neshama.
It's not lacking perfection, I understand.
There's no sense that it's lacking. When you say only when the finger is cut, then do we have a sense that this is not the way it should be, because the finger is not just representative of a physical object, but it represents a neshama. Once a finger is cut, there's a sense that the finger it's missing something. It should be perfect. It should represent the neshama and all.
But before it's cut, it is representing the neshama.
I know, but I'm saying there's no hisayrus of in the muscle of the finger. Where does the hisayrus ratzon come in? Only when it's cut and he senses that it should be. No.
That's exactly what we are struggling to avoid misunderstanding. The Ratzon comes from perfection, not from imperfection. Ratzon representing the perfection of the human being, not imperfection.
So is it easy to grasp in the muscle of the finger? Where is the hisayrus ratzon?
I'm sorry?
Is it easy then? Is there no particular aspect of that muscle where we can identify there's hisayrus ratzon?
Sure we have. Why is the finger perfect in the first place? Because the neshama is misoyred and wants to be there. If didn't want to be there, it wouldn't be perfect.
So then before he says Ratzon, we're talking about before the Hislapshus of the neshama.
That's right. All right. So you will start the shift tomorrow. You remind us what we're up to. All right. Have a great day.
You should bring to the igloo.
What?
yeah.